Good afternoon, Jayhawks, and welcome back to this week's episode of RCReplay. I'm your host, Andrew Lind. This afternoon, we start with a developing story that was first reported by KSNT News in Topeka. Redshirt sophomore forward Jalen Wilson was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence early Sunday morning. Wilson was pulled over in the 400th block of 23rd Street around 1:48 a.m. after failing to maintain lane position. He was later put through a series of field sobriety tests, and after not passing, he was arrested at 2:16 a.m. Wilson was bonded out of jail at 4:02 later that morning, according to Douglas County Sheriffs. Head coach Bill Self released a statement expressing his disappointment. You can now see that statement on your screen. For more information, visit Kansan.com and look under sports. Well, this past week was a very busy week in the world of sports, from the last game of the NLDS to the World Series, now going to Game 6. Our team is going to get you caught up on all the action in case you missed it. Jordan Ziegler gives us an update on the World Series and tomorrow's Game 6. Kristen Howe will recap KU women's sports from this past week. Izzy English gives us the inside edge on the Chicago Blackhawks scandal. And Emma Lanetti talks U.S. women's soccer and Carly Lloyd. All this and more on RCReplay.
RCReplay. I'm Jordan. About the first 5 games of the 2021 World Series. Game 1 took place in Houston, but was all Atlanta. Jorge Soler became the first person to lead off Game 1 of the World Series with a home run, and putting the Braves on top 1-0 early. The Braves were able to scratch another run across in the first with an Austin Riley double, putting them up 2-0. Jorge Soler collected his second RBI of the game with a ground ball, scoring Travis d'Arnaud and putting the Braves up 3-0 in the second. The Braves continued their onslaught with a 2-run homer from Adam Duvall, putting them up 5-0 in only the third inning. In the bottom of the fourth, Dansby Swanson botched a ground ball at shortstop, allowing a run to score and putting the Astros on the board. Now only down by 4 runs, the Houston Astros were rallying back. In the 8th inning, however, Freddie Freeman scored Dansby Swanson on a sacrifice fly, making it 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Carlos Correa scored Yordan Alvarez with a ground ball, making it 6-2. But it was too little too late as the Braves took Game 1 of the series. Game 2 of the series was also a high-scoring affair, this time in favor of the hometown Astros. Houston took an early 1-0 lead with a sac fly from Alex Bregman, scoring Jose Altuve in the bottom of the first. The Braves answered in the top of the second with the Travis d'Arnaud home run, tying the game at 1-1. The Astros kept the scoring going in the bottom of the second with a Jose Siri single to score 1, followed by a Martin Maldonado double, scoring 2 and making it 4-1 Astros. Freddie Freeman drove home Travis d'Arnaud with a 5th inning single, trying to get the Braves back in the game, making the score 5-2. In the bottom of the 6th, Yuli Gurriel scored another for the Astros, making it 6-2. In the bottom of the 7th, Jose Altuve blasted a homer, putting the final nail in the coffin as the Astros took Game 2 of the series 7-2 and evening the series at a game apiece. Game 3 was the first World Series game in Atlanta since 1999, and the fans certainly made themselves heard. It was a rare cold and rainy night in the ATL, which led the way for a low-scoring affair. Austin Riley started the scoring for the Braves in the bottom of the 3rd with an RBI double, giving Atlanta a 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the 8th, Travis d'Arnaud launched a homer, putting the Braves up 2-0. The Braves went on to win the Game 3 of the series, taking a 2-1 series lead heading into Game 4. Game 4 of the series was as good as a baseball game can get, being a back-and-forth affair throughout. Carlos Correa got the Astros on the board in the first, scoring Jose Altuve with the ground ball, making it 1-0. The Astros increased their lead in the 4th with a homer from Jose Altuve, putting the Stros up 2-0. The Braves finally got on the board late with an Austin Riley double, scoring Eddie Rosario and making the score only 2-1 Astros. In the bottom of the 6th, Dansby Swanson had a game-tying home run in the bottom of the 7th that sent Truist Field into chaos, with a solo shot over the brick wall in right field, tying the game at 2-2. With the crowd not even settled yet from Swanson's clutch homer, former Royal Jorge Soler stepped up to the plate and followed Swanson up. Soler launched a long drive to left field, barely sneaking over the short fence and giving the Braves the lead while simultaneously sending the entire state of Georgia into frenzy. The Braves were able to cling on to the lead and take Game 4 of the series increasing their series lead to 3-1. With the win, the Braves now sit only one win away from their first title since 1995. The Braves had a chance to win the series in Game 5 and got off to a hot start with Adam Duvall hitting a grand slam in the bottom of the first inning, giving the Braves an early 4-0 lead. The Astros responded with 2 in the top of the second with the help of a Martin Maldonado sac fly, making it 4-2. The Astros then tied the game in the top of the third with an RBI double from Carlos Correa, followed by an RBI grounder from Yuli Gurriel, making it 4-4. Freddie Freeman responded in the bottom of the third with a massive go-ahead homer, making it 5-4 Braves. The Astros took their first lead of the game in the fifth with an RBI double, making it 7-5 Astros. Martin Maldonado added 1 in the top of the seventh with an RBI double, and Carlos Correa tacked on another in the eighth with an RBI single, making the score 9-5 Astros. The Stros went on to win Game 5, forcing a Game 6. Game 6 will be played in Houston tomorrow, with it being once again a win or go home for Houston. Kristen Howell has more about KU women's sports.
On a wet senior night, KU soccer finished up their season this past Thursday against Texas. Although they were all tied up 0-0 at the half, the Longhorns ended up scoring 2 goals in the second half for the win. The soccer team went 7-11-1 in the season, 2-7 in the Big 12. KU's women's cross country ran in the Big 12 championship in Stillwater, Oklahoma this past weekend. Sophomore Lona Latima led the team with her 10th place finish, earning her all Big 12 honors and getting the team to finish in 6th place. Kansas volleyball played Oklahoma this weekend. The Jayhawks went into a 5-set match in the first game before falling to the Sooners. They then went 3-1, defeating the Sooners in an incredible 4-set match victory. Kansas heads to Morgantown, West Virginia to play the Mountaineers this weekend. Swimming and diving had a great meet in their Kansas double duel last weekend, and it showed as the Jayhawks swept the Big 12 Swimming and Diving Awards for the week. Kate Stewart was awarded Swimmer of the Week. Lauren Grabowski took home Diver of the Week, and Ellie Howe got Newcomer of the Week. The team competes this Friday against Nebraska. KU Tennis competes this weekend in the Big 12 Invitational in Oklahoma as their last meet this semester before returning to play in January. After the break, I will have an interview with a special guest. Stay tuned.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome back. I'm here with special guest Ashley, who's actually from my hometown, San Antonio, Texas, and she's here touring KU. So Ashley, what brought you here to tour KU?
So I want to study sports journalism, and I knew KU had a great journalism school, and I actually came and saw the school over the summer, but I didn't get to see any of the journalism school because it was summer and it was closed. So I wanted to come back, make sure I got to see what was actually going on inside the journalism school, and I really like it.
That's awesome. Are there any other schools you're looking at right now?
I also applied at Alabama and at Florida, but I really like the Midwest feel of KU, and so it's looking good.
That's awesome. So you said you want to do sports journalism. Do you do any of that at school, like are in the newspaper, or do you broadcast?
Yes, at my high school, I actually go to football games and I take video, and then I bring it back to school and I edit it and I voice over. I talk about what happened at the game every week, and I also do other like feature stories around the school and cover what else is going on in our high school community.
That's awesome. I hope we'll be able to see you next fall, and I hope you have a great rest of your senior year. After the break, Izzy English will have more on the Chicago Blackhawks and their sexual assault allegations.
No one takes drugs expecting to become addicted. You should know that addiction can happen to anyone because it's a disease of the brain. That also means recovery is possible. Addiction doesn't have to be permanent, and the state of Kansas is ready to assist you in every step of the way. Visit findtreatment.gov or call the Kansas Substance Abuse Referral Line at 866-645-8216.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Over a decade ago, sexual assault allegations circulated through the Chicago Blackhawks organization. Our Izzy English tells us what is happening now regarding the situation. Izzy?
Yeah, Andrew, that's right. In May of 2010, the team was made aware of sexual assault allegations against former assistant video coach Brad Ulrich. We know now that for 3 weeks the team did nothing about the allegations, as a former assistant coach went on to win the Stanley Cup and celebrate with the team. He later resigned that season. Former Blackhawks player Kyle Beach has come forward. He filed a lawsuit this past May and has also been involved in an ongoing investigation. Beach spoke with Rick Westhead, senior correspondent for TSN, about why he has decided to come forward after 11 years.
I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only one, male or female. And I buried this for 10 years, 11 years. And it's destroyed me from the inside out. And I want everybody to know, in the sports world and in the world, that you're not alone.
The current Panthers coach and former Blackhawks coach at the time, Joel Quenneville, has resigned from his position. He said in a statement, "I want to express my sorrow for the pain this young man, Kyle Beach, has suffered. My former team, the Blackhawks, failed Kyle, and I own my share of that. I want to reflect on how all of this happened and take the time to educate myself on ensuring hockey spaces are safe for everyone." Along with Quenneville, Vice President and General Manager Stan Bauman has resigned. He was with the team in 2010 and was made aware of the inappropriate behavior. He then reported it to former CEO John McDonough. "I learned this year that the inappropriate behavior involved a serious allegation of sexual assault. I relied on the direction of my superior that he would take appropriate action," Bauman said. "Looking back, now knowing he did not handle that matter promptly, I regret to assuming he would do so." This is an ongoing investigation, and we can expect to see changes within the Blackhawks organization. They released a statement this past Wednesday. The Blackhawks have implemented numerous changes and improvements with the organization, including hiring a new leadership team that is committed to winning championships while adhering to the highest ethical, professional, and athletic standards. It will be interesting to see what more will come out of this, as they were one of NHL's original 6 teams. And after the break, Emma Lionetti will have information on the final game of Carly Lloyd's career.
Yeah, I always just clap in this part.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part's the most complicated one?
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Just clapping now.
No humps. Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Mine was just 2 people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to
1,
do
2,
the
3,
end.
4.
It's just I don't know the head.
It's hard by yourself. Carly Lloyd played her last and final game match for the women's national soccer team. on Tuesday in Minnesota. Carly Lloyd, a veteran on the women's national soccer team for the past 15 years, has now entered retirement with 2 World Cup titles, 2 Olympic gold medals, an Olympic bronze medal, 2 CONCACAF Women's Championships, a FIFA World Cup Golden Ball, a FIFA Player of the Year, all to her name. The Jersey native and Rutgers alum made her first women's national appearance in 2005. Over the next 16 years, Lloyd secured the 2nd most caps in women's national team's history with 316, and the 3rd most goals with 134 count, and the 5th most assists being 64. She now passes the torch of her number 10 jersey to teammate Lindsey Horan. Traditionally in soccer, number 10 is earned, not just given to the team's top player. Lloyd concluded her night stating, "I'm excited to see the future of this team. I'm saying goodbye to the field, but I want to continue and help in any way possible. I'm going to be the biggest fan and the biggest cheerleader. I want to see this team continue to succeed." Carly Lloyd will forever go down in history in the soccer world. She inspires many young girls who aspire just to be like her. She'll go down as one of the greats. Now back to you, Andrew.
That'll do it for this week's episode of Rock Chalk Replay. Next week we will have more on who Major League Baseball crowned as World Series champs, a look into the start of KU basketball, and a recap of the Dillon's Sunflower Showdown. For our entire crew, I'm Andrew Lind. We will see you next week. Until then, stay safe and rock chalk. Jayhawks.